For Creamer Media's policy, I'm Sane Dlamini, founder and chairperson of One School at a Time. Pepe Marais joins me to discuss their initiatives in uplifting school education. Since its establishment in 2008, One School at a Time has been committed to creating a world-class education system in South Africa by supporting and motivating students in township schools. Please provide us with some background into this initiative.
So our vision, if I could say what the vision is to create an educational system that's a shining example to the world. So it's factually the world's educational system is under pressure. And it sounds like quite a big pie in the sky vision. So the way we approach it is to say, well, every journey of 1,000 miles starts with the first step you take. And that's why we call the organization One School at a Time. So we thought, let's start with one school. Let's investigate what the problems really are, because it started as a vision, so you don't really know what's happening in education, so let's get involved and then systematically find solutions. And 8 years later, we've got 4 key projects that we run in the One School, where we see measurable results, so it is indicating progress in the school, but it's very complex. So the challenges facing education is extremely complex, and we sort of taking it one step at a time.
South African children are often faced with a number of challenges, such as child-headed households, absent teachers, and substandard facilities. How is OSAAT committed to motivating and inspiring children from these backgrounds?
So it's so complex, there's other issues that even compounds the problem. So yes, you get child-headed households, and you get where the kids live. They're deprived of having real proper upbringing with values. But what compounds it often is, even if you're looking at your management and your senior people at school level, even your teachers, they might come from the previous apartheid background in terms of education. So you might have teachers that don't have the skills to deal with all the complex issues. In a school, you might be a principal and you've got 40 staff members and 1,500 children. That's a pretty substantial organization to manage. And you might not have any managerial skills. So where we find the best impact is when we actually coach and work with a principal and give a principal input on how to manage a business. Because in the end of the day, a school is like running a business. And how many people are actually taught or mentored in how to run a business properly. So I think that our influence and our engagement with the school is multidimensional. But again, we're a very small organization, and so we're doing what we can. But we have a long-term view that if you want to fix education, you actually have to fix it from the top. And again, not pointing fingers at government, because I think, again, you've got people who's probably trying their best, but they might not have the skill set and understanding to find the right solutions for a very complex issue.
OSAAT recently secured Russian cosmonaut Gennady Padalka to do a recorded broadcast from space to school children in Soweto. Tell us about this, as well as your other projects, and how they aim to improve education in South Africa.
So our current schools, so we've got 2 schools we're involved with, Forte High since 2008, and then Iterele, Zenzele and Diepsloot for the last 2 years. But Forte, when we partnered with them back in 2008, it was a low energy, low performing school, 52% pass rate. Now we don't even believe that pass rate is the thing to measure. You should measure quality pass rate, how many bachelor passes there are within a school, because that enables the kids to move on to tertiary. And without that, they often can't. So pass rate, when pass rate's sitting at 30 to 35%, that's not really a proper measurable. So it's another questionable aspect of what's measurable and what's not. But the school was a very low energy school, low performance. 18% of the kids were scoring or achieving over 60% average at the end of matric, and then 52% passed. Now, today, 2014, end of last year, if you go to the school, like I was there for the prize giving in January, it's a high energy school. It's amazing to see how different they behave, because they're now in the 90s in terms of pass rate, and their quality pass rates shot up to 54%. The challenge now is it's becoming one of the best township schools in Soweto. It's in the top 3 in Gauteng. in terms of quality output, not necessarily just pass rate, but in terms of quality pass rate. So now more kids are flocking to the school, and the school's built for 900 kids, and now they've got 1,600 kids. So the classes are overpopulated. But amazing school, and the majority of what's changed in the school should be attributed to the principal. So we got a new principal there a few years ago. He's like a mad, obsessed machine. And that also shows to me, as in business, it's all up to leadership. As in a country, it's all up to leadership. You want to see great results in anything, you find yourself a great leader, and you can implement change quite fast. If you don't have a great leader, then change takes 50 years, as it did with apartheid. It had to change from the bottom up. So we just seek to find interventions through which we can now inspire the children. And for that we use our might as an advertising business, and we challenge our people within our business to find ideas that can inspire the kids at Forte High. And the idea this year was to, well, can we get someone who literally travels up among the stars to speak to our children in the school? And that's where the idea started about 12 months ago. And it literally took a year to pull off, to get a cosmonaut to speak from outer space to the classrooms in Soweto.
What, in your opinion, should government be focusing on in terms of education and social development? Where are they failing?
I think I'm not positioned to point fingers at anyone in terms of failing. So I wouldn't go into a discussion on what should and shouldn't government do. But if I had the might or the muscle to do what I believe is right, I would definitely focus on English as a first language, because I really believe that will improve your quality of your maths and your science, your quality of your output. I would definitely put more emphasis on education in this country and almost make it a focus of the country, because it's uncanny that the output of education is directly correlated to our economic climate, or our economic sort of the way we split our income levels. So 80% of our population are below the breadline, 15% are deemed as middle class, and 5% are your upper class going into your wealth. So if you look at schools, of the 27,000 schools in South Africa, 22,000 are factually rated dysfunctional. That's 80%. So if 80% of that system is putting out dysfunctional people into economy, you're going to just keep on perpetuating an economy where a small little minority have to pay all the taxes. So to me, if you fix education, you fix the entire country.
How can responsible citizens become involved in this initiative?
So people can contact us. They can go to our website, which is oneschoolatatime.co.za, or they can contact, we've got a full-time managing director that runs the organization, and she could be contacted on Bronwyn J at oneschoolatatime.co.za. And yeah, the advice is to anyone, even not to get involved with our organization. That's why I choose not to point fingers at anyone, because I think in the end of the day that makes no difference. Is get involved in anything, no matter how small, because any difference you can make is a big difference in the end of the day.
That was Pepe Marey speaking to Creamer Media's Polity about OSAAT's initiatives.